The KMAC leaders enter the dog pound tonight, trying to kennel an East Knox squad with wins in 2 of their last 3 outings. As conference leading scorer Grant Bentley and the Northmor Golden Knights battle the Bulldogs right here in Howard as it takes over your Saturday night exclusively on the OH Report. Next.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game. At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Knox Public Health pregame show. KMAC showdown tonight. 2 teams enjoying their best stretch of the season. I'm Brian Skowronski. Cray Falde joins me here tonight, and we got a fun atmosphere, a hoops rivalry, and a lot on the line here tonight with 2 teams playing some pretty good basketball.
Yeah, it's good that they can meet up the second time this season, and East Knox is coming out of their 0-11 hole with 2 wins in the last 3 games. Starting to score points a little bit better, so expecting a pretty good shootout here tonight.
Northmor, they've been scoring quite a bit all season long, but enjoying probably the best stretch that they have had here over the last few years. 4 consecutive dubs for them, all in league play, and outscoring their opponents by an average of 11 per game on the entire season.
Yeah, anytime you can average over double figures in points versus is pretty impressive, and it's nice to see a team establish themselves as the #1 team in the conference right now. And you just got to be careful when you go on the road and play somebody who's maybe at the lower rankings of the league at this point in time, that you just got to stay focused. The score right now is 0-0, regardless of record.
Kid who's really been coming on here over the second half of the season, Jax Wenger, plays sidekick role to Grant Bentley. He can score, board, and distribute. And in his junior season, probably the best athlete overall I think that they have on the team, and he can mix it up. He can pretty much do any type of job that you ask him to do, Cray.
Yeah, it's like a coach's dream having a kid that can play all facets of the game and every one of them well.
So Jack's our player spotlight here tonight. Expecting big things out of him, as is his head coach, Blade Tackett. Had a chance to catch up with him just a couple minutes ago about the team and their season so far. Here's what Coach had to say. All right, hanging out with Golden Knights head coach Blade Tackett, and 4-game win streak for you guys. That's a season best so far. What do you like about what you're seeing from your team starting to come together and put together some W's in a string?
Yeah, it's a career long for me as well, so it's really neat to be on that. I think the best part is just that it came after a really tough loss to Cardington, where we had a really good chance at the end. It didn't, the ball bounced their way last possession, and since then, we've responded really well. I think our team is galvanized right now. Got really great chemistry. So it's been exciting to see that. I think it's shown up on the floor, too, especially when we've been, down a couple games or not playing really well a couple different parts of the games that we've been on this streak. So it's been really neat, 4 games.
All of them in the KMAC as well. It's helped you get on top all by yourself. Got a 1-game league. Haven't won the KMAC championship before, so I imagine that's a big talking point, and you guys are really excited about the position that you're in at this point in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Since we lost to the Carrington game, we've kind of said, we put it on our scouting reports and on the board. Every single game is a championship game from here on out. And, we got to take every single game with the same amount of weight and be prepared for every game. And the guys have done that and responded, and we've got some help otherwise. And we knew, I think we knew coming in that this league is super competitive, and that from the top down, I think anyone can beat anyone on any given night. East Knox played us super tough the first time. I would say we got lucky in that game, lucky enough to come out top, and same thing with Centerburg. But sometimes, I think any coach would tell you, on your way to some success or championship, you need a little bit of luck sometimes.
Absolutely. Got to catch a few breaks along the way. And this gym in particular, I mean, it's a unique venue. They only got bleachers on the one side here in the Dog Pound, and playing a little bit better, of course. East Knox wins 2 of their last 3. Can't overlook these guys. What type of message are you going to be hammering into your guys' heads before the game tonight?
It's exactly that. They had a great game against Danville, executed all their stuff very well. Boy, did they play Fredericktown tough, too.
Yeah.
Down at Fredericktown. Had them on the ropes in the 4th quarter. And same thing against Mount Gilead last night. Our guys know how disciplined Coach Powell keeps these teams. They do a very great job on defense. They're very patient on offense. And they're going to get the stuff that they want to get on both ends. And that always makes them a difficult team to play. I think you guys know, Coach Powell knows how much I admire him for that. And so on top of that, like you said, they got a unique floor.
Yeah.
And you always love coming to these unique floors, but you also know that, it's a big home court advantage. So we got to be ready on all fronts. I think our guys are focused and prepared and understand, the weight of each game. So I'm excited for tonight.
All right, man. Excited to watch your boys in action.
Thanks, brother.
Blade Tackett looking for a career-best 5th consecutive win tonight. All right, appreciate Coach Tackett for giving us the time before the game, and definitely said his guys are not overlooking the Bulldogs here tonight because East Knox playing their best basketball of the season. Trying to forget kind of that 0-11 start here just a little bit, but they beat Danville last week. They just KO'd Mount Gilead last night. This is a team playing with more confidence than they've had all season long, so pretty dangerous squad right now.
Yeah, especially if they can keep it close for the longest amount of time, because the later it goes on, the tighter I would imagine Northmor would be playing if East Knox plays with that kind of confidence. So although be careful of what your plans are, I would also say take some extra chances early in the game. You have nothing to lose here as the home squad.
That gentleman right there that you're seeing pictured, he likes to take chances from long range. Jesse Dudgeon, our player spotlight tonight, only averages about 5 points per game, Cray, but he had a big game against their biggest rival. He makes about 1.5 threes per contest. He's lit up the scoreboard for 3 threes in 3 different games, but I really like the fact that as a sophomore, he stepped up against Danville, obviously the #1 team that they circle on the schedule.
Exactly. I think what it is you have a kid that's young and get his varsity experience, just gets a little bit of confidence, gets him rolling, and now he thinks he's a senior, so that's going to be fun to watch tonight.
Absolutely, and there's their head coach, Ryan Powell. I spoke with him just a couple of minutes ago. Let's take a look at what Ryan had to say. All right, we've got Ryan Powell hanging out with us now and coming off of a win last night and starting to get it going a little bit, wins in 2 of your guys' last 3. How much would you say that's kind of energized the program after a slow start, just, getting a winning sensation back?
Oh, definitely. I mean, 2 weeks ago we're sitting at 0-11, and that's tough. I mean, that's tough for the kids. It's tough for the coaches. I'm not always the most pleasant guy to be around sometimes, even when we're winning. So at 0-11, you could probably magnify that. But just a credit to our kids for sticking with it, because losing kind of becomes contagious. And just sometimes it's easy just to take the easy way out. And our kids are not doing that. They're still working hard. And we've won 2 of our last 3 and played really well in the game that we lost against a really good team. So hopefully we're going to see some good results the rest of the season.
Sometimes through those tough struggles, though, you'll see leaders emerge and different things within your program. What would you say that you learned about this particular bunch, and maybe even about yourself, getting past Christmas break and still searching for a win, and now it feels like it's kind of coming together and things are falling in the right place?
Yeah, it's hard to single out one guy. I mean, it's kind of been a team effort. They've kind of just collectively hung in there, and we would have 2 or 3 guys playing well on a given night, but that's just not good enough to get wins. And now we kind of have 4 or 5 guys each night giving us the effort that we need. And, yeah, this has been a tough year. I mean, the kids are sticking with it. Tough year for the coaches. My patience being tested at times.
Sure.
But I would say if I had to single out one guy, Briar Karosik is really probably just our emotional leader. He's a quiet kid, doesn't say too much, but just works so hard. And his effort is always the constant. Guys are kind of feeding off of that.
Well, you got Northmor here in your building tonight. Obviously, they're at the top of the KMAC right now. You played them really tough over at their place. What do you feel like you got to do to get it done and knock the Golden Knights off of the top of the conference right now?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They are a very good team. We have a lot of respect for their coaches and players, how they do things. I've said to Blade a lot, look, I'm a fan of Northmor, except for 2 nights a year when we play them.
Fair.
But I got a lot of respect for those guys, how they've turned that program around and the success they've been having. And we've had some pretty good spirited contests over the years. We did play well against them. Up until a couple weeks ago, that was the best game we played all year, probably against the best team, so ironically enough. But, yep, I mean, we got to try to limit their transition, limit their easy baskets, make them work for everything that they get, take care of the ball, and hopefully rebound the ball and see where that gets us.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you tonight.
All right, appreciate it.
Looking forward to seeing you guys perform in person.
Appreciate you guys being here. You guys do a great job.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Big thank you to Coach Powell for giving us a moment, and we're taking a moment now to honor all of the military members here in the house. It is OHSA Military Weekend, and love all the sacrifice and everything that they provide to us here in this country. So I think this is an awesome gesture that they're doing here at East Knox and all across the state.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can see the appreciation from everyone that's here. A really nice round of applause.
We also had a moment of silence for a gentleman, Bill Stokes, a coach and mentor here in the Howard area, who passed away just today. And anytime that you have a legendary pillar of a community and they've provided so much to so many young people, it's going to have a big impact. And you could feel it when they did that moment of silence in here, that there's a lot of people that knew that gentleman and are definitely going to miss him.
Thank you for honoring our U.S. Armed Forces, and please continue to do so today and every day. Ladies and gentlemen, as a member school of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, East Knox High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Northmor High School and East Knox High School. Honor America, please stand and remove your hats and face our flag and join in the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we are all set and ready for boys varsity action here. KMAC showdown between the leaders in the league, Northmor, and an up-and-coming squad in East Knox, looking to continue their recent prosperous streak. So what is going to be the keys to tonight's game? We'll show you right here and now. I will go first for the Knights. I think you just got to have a nice big run, Cray. Make East Knox feel like they're out of it at some point in this game, maybe an 8-0, 10-0 run, and just try to demoralize that team here on their home floor.
I agree with you, Brian. I think the most important thing for them to do is to do it early would be better, because it's more likely to sustain itself at an earlier point in the game rather than later.
And on the other side for the Bulldogs to get it done here tonight, I am going with make threes. This team only produces about 4 made triples per game. If they can knock down maybe double that, I think it's going to give them a much greater chance of hanging around with an explosive team like Northmor.
Correct. Like I said, also the key to the game is just play at their own pace, which is typically very slow. But if you can connect on those threes, you might be able to, rally and maybe play with Northmor for a longer period of time.
Here are the Golden Knights of Northmor. Starting lineup's about to be mentioned here.
Number 0, Grant Bentley.
We'll let Athletic Director at East Knox, Scott Brickner, announce them for you.
Number 1, AJ Bauer. Number 2, Hunter Falde.
Hunter Folk so solid on the perimeter for them this year.
Number 3, Jackson Wenger.
Our player spotlight tonight, the Mr. Do-It-Everything.
And number 11, Drew Hammond.
And then Drew Hammond, I would say he's kind of their enforcer out there on the floor. Big physical kid, leads them in rebounding. Love what he brings to the table. And now for the Bulldogs. Played Northmor really well in the first meeting, as you heard from Blade Tackett. And here's who's starting for him tonight.
We begin with our senior, number 5, Derek Field.
Derek Fields, senior, getting announced first. Briar Krosek, junior.
Number 21, Hayden Merritt. Number 12, Corbin Hawk.
Corbin, second leading scorer on the team this year at 9 points per game.
Number 11, Tyson Miller. Our Bulldog, with coach head coach Brian Powell.
And then Kyson Miller, the baby in the group, 5'9" sophomore, getting the nod here tonight. As that will wrap up our Knox Public Health pregame show. And we are ready for a throwdown inside of the Dog Pound.
Time to put all the butterflies away. Let's get the game rolling.
And it's going to be Hammond pushing it forward into the hands of Wenger, and immediately 4 seconds in, Northmor takes the lead.
A little full court pressure here too.
Ten-second violation. So what a start here for the Golden Knights. We talked about demoralizing the opponent early.
Yeah, and
First 18 seconds, they're doing it.
the pace has already been set. 2-3 zone by East Knox.
They'll work it here to the near wing. Dyson through the defense, having the shot rim out, though, was Folk.
That's the last thing you want on defense when you have 2-3 zone, is allowing somebody to penetrate it right down the pipe like that.
Last touch by the Dogs. So Northmor gets another crack at it. Knights still trying to diagnose this 2-3 zone, see the best way to try to attack it, see where they're going to extend, and instead It's going to be tipped and intercepted here. Merritt got a chunk of it. Nice take to the rack by the senior. Offensive rebound by Merritt and amongst the trees. 2 shots and coming up empty-handed though. Quick trigger. Offensive rebound here by the Knights. Here's Wenger from deep. Off the front iron and another offensive board. Bentley trying to clear some space and he gets it to fall. Up to about an 8 count there before the Dogs get it across. Merritt straight to the rack, and he gets them. Oh, I thought he was going to get him on the board. Instead, the follow is good by Korosek.
That's how you break that fast break. Once you break the press, go all the way to the basket the entire way. Their defense is not set up correctly. It's an excellent job by East Knox.
Last touch by the Knights, out of bounds for the Dogs. Knights extending this 1-2-2 active, and they're going to get the takeaway. Easy one for Bentley. Second leading scorer in the history of the program.
I think East Knox might be a little surprised by this half or full court, almost soft zone press.
Able to break it down though this time. Merritt's going to launch one from long range, and that's a good start for the Dogs. Hayden Merritt, 9 points per game, his average on the campaign. In active hands leads to another Golden Knight giveaway. As we're going to tie up jump ball, possession arrow favoring East Knox.
Northmor basically caught sleeping on that one. He's just waiting for the play to develop, holding the ball a little bit too low, and got stripped.
Giveaway starting to pile up on both sides now as Wenger takes it to the hole. Skying in for another offensive board. Drew Hammond. But he launches it out of bounds over into the hands of Blade Tackett. Oh, careless pass up top. This one sneaks out of bounds as well.
So unforced errors are going to mount up, make for a long night.
Knights still having problems, though, trying to figure out the best way to get points. Certainly second chance points are always big for them, but 2 shots and they come up empty-handed on that last possession as flying down Main Street goes Corbin Poff.
First lead of the game for the Bulldog.
Sneaks through the hands of Hammond, and we'll get a push down low. But some momentum starting to formulate here for East Knox.
Yeah, and that's the first foul of the game. I'd say they're a little bit timid against this zone, wouldn't you, Brian?
Yeah, definitely. Starting to get a bit more aggressive, and that'll work.
Yep.
Hammond backside. He gets loose. I think the Golden Knights feel like this is where they can get East Knox out of their game. It'll pay off on this one as Korosek called for the travel.
Yeah, 5th turnover of the game already for the East Knox.
just past the midway point here of the opening quarter. Bentley bumped on the perimeter. Now here goes Grant, baseline jump stop. And a pretty bucket right there, his second.
Once again, penetration off the dribble against the zone.
Dogs get it across half court this time. As Puff uses the screen. Looking to dump it down on the block there for Field. Merrick off the drive, a little too hard off the glass. Knights move it around. Fast shot there from the corner, way off target.
I think it's slightly blocked on that one, perhaps.
Blocking foul is going to be the call here.
First foul on Northmor.
Certainly felt like that call could have went either way. Coach Tackett certainly trying to make his case that it could have been an offensive charge.
Just food for thought down the road, right?
Got to always plant those seeds on the sideline, as you know, Cray. Give the referees something to think about because
right.
They don't have enough on their mind.
Exactly.
Dogs do just get it in. Now mid-range, and it's going to slot its way through there for Korsek. Nice friendly roll here in the comforts of home. Bentley's been able to get by the first defender pretty much every time he's wanted to so far tonight.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to break his own is dribble right through it.
Be the first free throws for Grant Bentley this evening. Solid shooter in pretty much every phase of the game. Kid's been around for a long time, playing at the varsity level. Over 1,200 points for his career. And he's able to splash them both. Pushes his total up to 8. Averages about 20 per game, best in the league. Traveling's going to be called here against Miller. Second time he's turned it over.
Yeah, 6 turnovers for the quarter. Not really that hard of a pressure, so it's a lot of unforced errors at this point. Yet they're still in the game, only down 3.
Golden Knights would love to change that here on this possession. See what they dial up. Hammond's going to try his second three-point attempt, and both of them air balls. Bentley comes flying in, keeps it in bounds, but right into the hands of Kyson. And this time it will be an offensive foul.
Good call by the elite official.
Third team foul against the Bulldogs, who get Corden Poff right back into the game. Checked out for only a few seconds, it felt like.
Guess the coach only needed one sentence to tell him what he needed, right?
He's the only player on the floor right now in the scorebook. He's got 2. And as we showed you in the pregame, offense has been a challenge for East Knox so far this year. 41 points per game. But that number starting to rise here of late. Nice hang time for Wenger. And then Hammond with the follow. Golden Knights done a nice job getting on the offensive glass here in this opening frame. Nice tip by Bentley. Bats it forward to himself. And now the three on the way, front iron. And Hammond with the rebound, spins out of there. Now working down on the block. Here's Kearns. Three on the way for Bentley. And a foul's going to go against the Golden Knights, a loose ball foul. Whistled on Bryson Kearns.
Get a sense that the Knights are starting to pick it up just a little bit as far as the pace and intensity.
And the Bulldogs, obviously, they want to grind it out here, Cray.
Yep. Another unforced error.
Look very similar to the first couple that we saw from Miller. This time it's Whitney. Called for the traveling violation, and an opportunity here for the Golden Knights to hold for the final shot of the first if they so choose.
And that's exactly what it looks like they're going to be doing. So they can slowly bring it up the court.
Wenger's going to be picked up by Whitney. Down to 5 seconds as Hammond goes baseline. Finds an open shooter, but it's off the mark, and that's how the first quarter will end, with Northmor owning a 5-point cushion as we head on to the second.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
(14-9), Golden Knights lead it, and they'll have the basketball to open up quarter number 2 here inside of the Dog Pound. East Knox looking for their 3rd win in their last 4. Golden Knights looking to extend their win streak to 5 in a row. I am Brian Skowronski. Cray Falde is with me here tonight in Howard. And East Knox, they hung around there, went cold offensively a little bit. Probably too many unforced errors there in that opening frame there, Cray.
Yeah, I totally agree. They got out-rebounded 9-3 and had 7 turnovers versus only 3 for Northmor, yet they're only down by 5, so I'd be pretty satisfied right now for this coach.
Just a 2-possession game. Chance to cut into that right here if they can find some points. Mid-range Dre comes up short there for Corbin. And East Knox has been held to one and done quite often so far here in the first portion of the contests as Falde goes to work. Nice try for him. Hunter Falk with his first points of the competition. And East Knox, chance to get an open look here. Merritt back in to start this second quarter, sets up an open shooter, but it's back iron again for Miller.
Yeah, it looked like he shot off his back foot fading backwards. It's very difficult. You're going to lose a lot of percentage trying it that way.
Quick trigger from the near side. Bauer misses. And now the Bulldogs looking to push ahead, but it's off the forehead and knocks off Field's glasses. But what a recovery and a block here by Merritt.
Of course, they called a foul on him on that, actually. He's shooting 2 free throws here. That last errant pass reminded me of the too many of the Browns' interceptions this year.
Don't remind me of that playoff game. Ay.
Yeah.
Just starting to put those memories on the back burner, Cray. Big championship Sunday tomorrow. Who do you like in those games?
Well, probably the favorites, 49ers and the Ravens. But I would love to see the feel-good story of the Detroit Lions making it all the way.
I feel like they're kind of becoming America's team right now in these NFL playoffs.
I would agree. Another turnover there by East Knox.
Bentley had it ripped out of his hands, and it's going to go down as a turnover. Well done by the Dogs to knock it off of Grant. So we'll take a quick timeout for Winger to get the bunny ears and lace everything up out there.
Yeah, sometimes when you make a mistake, just go to the shoe.
Dogs throw it away over the top of Korasek's head. And maybe they're just not seeing it well out there. It's notable that 3 players out there with the bifocals on, Cray. So I think it's the most that I've seen at any given time in the season. 3 players with glasses.
I think maybe somebody needs to go down there with a rag and wipe them off a little bit. They're throwing the ball away.
Hammond up and under move. Nice soft touch.
Got 5 timeouts. I think I'd be taking one here and trying to slow the onslaught.
Largest lead so far, of course, it's 11. Dogs able to evade the pressure. Can they get an easy one? Instead, they're turned away. Hammond says no postage, not in my lane. Bentley with the step through. Drew trying to keep it alive again. This dude's all over the place.
Yeah, he's a player for sure. 6'3", but he jumps like he's 6'7".
Hammond bringing a lot of spark right now to the floor for the Golden Knights. And a tough catch in traffic. Couldn't cap it off. So East Knox, every possession now feels like it's kind of crucial. You want to end the bleeding. Have not scored yet in the second. And they'll end the drought right here.
They needed you to make that comment. They needed a little bit of luck in their way.
So 6-2 in favor of Northmor now in the frame. Would have been an acrobatic finish if Folk could have somehow pulled that off. And for the Bulldogs offensively, you can tell they don't really have a go-to guy, but they're able to find some success down low on the block right here with Korosek.
Yeah, they could use some size in the middle, that's for sure. Spending way too much time on the perimeter, not trying to attack the basket.
What are you seeing out there, Cray?
Bringing in a little bit of size with Jesse, 6'1", sophomore. Been playing very well recently. First free throw of the game for East Knox.
And here comes our player spotlight. First minutes of action here for Jesse Dudgeon. And he's one of those young guys you'll see here from Jesse. He likes to put them up in bunches, not shy when he gets his minutes.
Doing his own version of World Be Free.
And why not? You got to make the most of your time out here.
Yeah.
Here's Bauer. He's going to come up short. But again, almost chance for second points. Stripped away from Isaac Black at the last moment. Bentley called for the reach-in. And he's got those long arms. Looked like he was able to get a paw on the ball there in Whitney's hands.
Could have gone either way, jump ball or the foul. So looks like a 1-3-1 zone all of a sudden here for the Golden Knights.
Giving the Bulldogs a new look for the first time so far.
Yep, and sure enough.
Hammond sitting back there like a safety watching traffic switch and just read it perfectly.
Quick turn. It's difficult to do a bounce pass in the middle lane on a 1-3-1. It's a great defensive move right there. They've been playing a simple soft man the whole game. East Knox will now have to make an adjustment.
In East Knox, they almost play kind of a matchup 2-3 zone. A lot of man principles out here. Really tough shot there for A.J. Bauer. Junior's missed his last couple.
Yeah, he was off balance on that one for sure.
Dogs looking to make this just a 2-score game with some points here. And they've caught a lot of the back iron here early. Korsek, bit too much on that last attempt. Catch and shoot for Bentley, won't rein one in. But here's Bauer from the corner, keeps it alive. As Grant goes to work, step through and one.
He's going to give it to him.
Definitely worthy of a second look here. Kid's just so smooth offensively.
Pretty much confidence when he wants to penetrate. He just flat out does it. He's just not getting stopped tonight.
Well over 1,200 points for his career. Only trails John Lawyer, who's got 1,479 points as the all-time leader for Northmor. Don't think he's quite got the offensive output to catch him. Unless they were to make some type of an excellent tournament run down to Dayton.
Not unless he does a little Luka Doncic, who did 73 last night.
Boy, it seems like there's been a lot of scoring in the NBA individually here lately.
Embiid had 70.
Yeah, 2 guys on the same night, 70 points. As they get a timeout here, probably a smart one as you see the scoring differential 10-4 in the frame in favor of Northmor. Give me an opportunity to dive into the comments section, see what you guys are up to out there. Begin over in Facebook lands. Daniel Stotts, one of our premier followers, cheering on the Golden Knights tonight, as is Tim Eichhorn. Bill Pearson says, "Go Knights," cheering for you from home. Bill and Kathy out there. Thanks for the comment. Also thanks to Dora Brown, cheering on the Knights. Izzy Fullington, our first dog fan out there, letting herself be known. And then Brett Ziegler says, "Go Knights," to a very pro-Northmor crowd out there in Facebook land. Over on YouTube, Reuven Kine says, "Go Corbin Poff." That's sometimes the game within the game out there in the chat section.
Yeah.
Keep them coming in every home and kitchen supply timeout. We will read the latest comments over the airwaves.
Looks like they're taking off the full court pressure, falling back, and looks like it might be their 1-3-1.
Yeah, keeping Black up top just to try to speed things up a little bit. But Merritt, wide open look. And he missed it by a ton that time. But
had a good look on that, though.
They did. That's one of the better looks that we've seen from the Bulldogs. But Northmor defensively on the glass. I mean, they're really doing a nice job of keeping the Bulldogs at bay. As Black misfires, but it comes right back to him. And this one is good for Hunter Folk off the dribble drive.
Doubled up the score, 26-13 now.
Just when it felt like the Bulldogs were starting to get right back into the game. Oh, how about Wenger? Going coast to coast and an easy lay-in. Jackson's so good defensively, almost 3 steals per competition. Another good look from downtown. The Dogs struggling from long range.
You can see the run here. You can just see it.
Wenger fouled on his way to the cup. Take a look at his last steal. And then cruising in for the easy one.
They're taking what looks like a 1-3-1 zone defense as Northmore's out there, and they're setting traps off of it. So cross-court passes are not a great idea at this point in time.
Knights making a pair of substitutions as they'll get Logan Caudill out on the floor. alongside Bryson Kearns. And off that misfire, skying for the rebound here are the Bulldogs and Corbin Poff. Skip pass, and again finds an open shooter from the corner.
There you go.
This time they'll bury it with Dudgeon.
You're right, he will trigger it. That looked really nice.
So the sophomore gets his first points of the evening. We'll have to do some math right now. Our scoreboard showing Northmor with 29. They've only got them as 27 here on the big board, but I think that's what matters, not the OH report. So Wenger with
Another
that bucket.
unforced error.
We'll just keep it at 29. We'll take their word for it. But how about Jackson grabbing receipts off the defensive end, cashing them in for a couple points 2 times now.
Yeah, playing as a great safety out there. Another football analogy. It's that weekend.
Yeah, the football juices are definitely flowing right now, and it's always kind of after Championship Sunday, a little bit of sadness starts setting in. Obviously, we don't have the Super Bowl for a couple weeks, and then you start thinking, oh, man, the offseason, it's right around the corner.
I know. But March Madness follows it all up, so we'll all be good. He's going to get a 5-second call if he doesn't watch it, but a foul instead.
Reachin's going to be whistled here against Isaac Black. It'll be the 3rd team foul against Northmor, just the 1st on Black.
Not that you want to give away one, but you do have a foul to give here in case somebody's going free to the basket. Don't be afraid to tag on their shirt a little bit.
A lot of pressure on Miller. Now Poff pulls up off balance. Missed it. Down to 3 seconds. Wenger got his eyes on the rim, unloads, and he hits it!
That was only 50 feet. You got to work on that one in practice.
What a way to end the half here for Jackson. Wenger pulling up from the logo, nothing.
Their first 3. Maybe they should just shoot them from half court from here forward.
Big way to close out the quarter here for Northmor. And they did update it here on the scoreboard. They do have 34. 34-16. That's the scores they had in the lockers.
Don't doubt the OH report.
That's right, baby. That's the moral of the story here. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back with your stats, some analysis, and get you all set for quarter number 3. You're enjoying live and free KMAC basketball right here on the OH report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own highlighting our team in the Joe Show zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host, sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Joe's legacy lives on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show. And it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game. At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Join me, Travis Big League Berardi, every other Wednesday for my Country Roads rankings, the top 5 girls and boys small school basketball squads right here in the area.
Exclusively on The Joe Show.
You're enjoying KMAC basketball 100% live and free thanks to all of these generous sponsors that you see on your screen right now, including the Killbuck Savings Bank. Community banking, it's what they do, it's who they are every single day. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970, located in downtown Mansfield. And Knox Public Health, where they're protecting, promoting, and preventing health for all of their people right here in Knox County. We'll be up here in just a moment with your Knox Public Health halftime reports, and then get you all ready for third quarter action. Keep it right where you are. It's halftime here in Howard and inside of the Dog Pound. It is 34-16 Northmor, looking like the top dogs right now in the league. I'm Brian Skowronski, Cray, Falde joining me here tonight. And a lot of smiles on those Golden Knights coming out of the halftime locker room as they absolutely dominated there in the second period. And in the first, it was kind of back and forth a little bit. Bulldogs were hanging around early on in the second quarter. We saw them get within 5 there, Cray. Golden Knights, I mean, they really closed with a flurry.
Right. It's just like you said at the pregame, that just when can you have that big run? Well, they waited till the second quarter, and they got a very big run going. 2 things that stand out in that first half. Northmor had 19 rebounds. East Knox only 11. That's a recipe for disaster. But in worst case scenario, the turnovers 13 for East Knox and only 5 for Northmor. That's the difference in your game, 34-16 Northmor.
Cashing in some of those turnovers for some points at the other end were the Golden Knights, and Jackson Winger in particular. 2 steals and layups in the matter of about 90 seconds there, really making a difference out there on the floor. And in the second half, I got to imagine the Golden Knights, if they continue to have the same amount of success that they did, probably see some younger guys start getting into the game. For the Bulldogs, gosh, you can't let that happen. You've been playing so well here of late. They've been getting clean looks, decent from the perimeter. Just got to knock them down, Cray. Sometimes it's all about just shot making.
Yeah, I concur. The biggest thing here, I think, for East Knox is come out here. If I was in the coach at halftime, we'd be saying, listen, let's just get back to what we do best.
Sure.
Try to slow everything down. Let's win the second half. Maybe you won't win by 18 points, but let's just at least win the second half. Give ourselves an opportunity. If you can just cut it down to 10 or less by the start of the fourth quarter or late in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe they can hit those extra shots you're talking about.
Still a long way to go. 16 minutes remaining in regulation. And we are live and free. One other game going tonight right now, also within the KMAC. Centerburg at Mount Gilead in a very low-scoring game there, 17-11 at the break.
Wow, cold as ice over there in that gym, isn't it?
Looking to get a big win on the reservation is Mount Gilead. We've got the Hall of Famer Joe Baylog paired up with Travis Berardi if you want to check in on that one. But we are just 63 seconds away from getting back to action here inside of the Dog Pound. Golden Knights trying to achieve their first ever KMAC championship. They have been right in the running a couple of different seasons here lately, Cray, and just haven't been able to get it done. So love the position that they're in right now and a chance to really cement themselves as the team to go after here if they can win here in this gym on the road.
Right. And every game from here on out for them is not only within the conference but also with the new formulation that they have for seeding for the high school playoffs.
Sure.
The RPI index is that if they can just continue to win, get themselves the best seed available, that they may have an opportunity to get somewhere down in the tournament, maybe even get as far as they did last year and then one more.
Northmor fans have been trying to put that Patriot Prep game kind of out of their minds and move on, and I think they feel like they've got probably a better collective overall team this year, more varsity minutes. Few of these kids have been playing here for 2-3 years. And off to a great start to the season, of course. Looking to go to 8-1 in the league here as Jax Wenger lines up a triple. Bentley working inside, pulled it down, tried to make it from his backside as he lost his balance. And it leads to a pack of dogs out on the run. Trying to find some easy offense. Get a chance from the free throw line.
I like that take to the hoop right there. That's being aggressive.
Junior Korosek, one of their leading scorers at just 6 points per game, third on the team behind Merritt and Poff. And he'll calmly sink the first. Pushes his point total up to 7. And he splashes the pair.
Confident free throw shooter. Really nice form.
Wenger with the skip pass to Bauer. It's going to go back to him. And they're going to give the ball here to Northmor.
I think that outside official could have overruled on that one. Didn't look like that ball got touched whatsoever.
And kind of surprised that Hayden Merritt didn't not go ballistic or anything, but like, no, I didn't touch that thing.
Got to act better, doesn't he?
Well, sometimes the referees, this is the only game I'm aware of where they'll huddle up, they'll talk about it, and you can't change the call. Dogs hold them to a one and done.
No offensive rebounding on that whatsoever. Nobody even tried.
They've got a 2-0 cushion so far going in the third. Can they make it 5-0? They cannot.
That was a good look.
They've set up quality looks from beyond the arc.
Yeah. Just not getting any of those things to drop.
Oh, nice hesitation move. And Korosek heading back to the free throw line where he just made a pair.
Yeah, 8 points on the night. It's been a really quiet 8 points.
Breyer with a chance to be the first Bulldog in the double figures. Rattles in and out.
Got to be pretty satisfied with the first minute and a half here for Coach Powell's team.
Holding Northmor scoreless on their first couple of possessions, but they come up empty-handed there on the trip to the charity stripe. You're trailing by 16. Every point matters. Bauer gets a shot blocked. How about that? It was Corbin getting a piece of it off the leak out. Took his eyes off the ball.
I think he was watching the replay when he was trying to receive that.
My goodness, now you guys are watching it and, doink. Tough break for Poff, who's played well. He seems to have a combination of skills at the offensive end for East Knox to go after, try to get his own shot. Mm-hmm. But you got to have the ball in order to score it, Cray. Yeah. Winger from straight away. He came up short. Poff with the board. Corbin with the screen here from Falde, goes away from it.
Oh, boy. Blind pass.
Yeah, almost threw it away. Derek tracks it back down. Back to Merritt.
Yep.
Loose ball foul against the Dogs.
First foul of the half, looks like.
Hayden Merritt, the leading scorer on the team. Hadn't done a ton here offensively. He's sitting on 3. Hammond able to recollect it. Now they get a 3 from Falk from the corner. Bentley inside. And he'll head to the free throw line.
I think they got him for actually, when he's going up to block the shot, just keep your hands straight up, fingers straight. He swung down with it. You're going to get that call every time.
And it's going to be a third foul on Hayden Merritt. So he's eventually going to check out here in favor of Jesse Dudgeon. As the Knights finally get on our Killbuck Savings Bank scoreboard here in the third.
Yeah, that was East Knox's chance, I think. They had a 3-minute period right there, and they've only scored 4 of their own.
I think only 2. Got those
You're
2
right.
free throws.
Yep, 2 free throws. You're right. Correct.
So Bentley with his pair equals them, and they've got the Bulldogs doubled up.
Back to the full court 2-2-1 press, changing things up a little bit.
Had some success with it early in the game. A few turnovers, cashed in a few for some buckets. Not this time as they push it ahead for Miller.
Yep.
Knights now set up in their man-to-man. Poff tried to go a little bit too quick.
Interesting. They 2-2-1 trap, full court, fall back into man-to-man. Throwing some confusion out there towards East Knox.
Blade Tackett out there playing chess. Tipped. Black able to gather it.
And
Triple
no call
teamed.
from the official until finally.
Wow.
Somebody was going to call something there eventually.
Yeah, end up getting him for a travel there, Isaac Black. You're right. Plenty of man-on-man contact right there, and the Bulldogs catch a bit of a break.
Two-2-1. You see how to get the ball in the middle off this. There you go. Now go.
8-second count, 9-second count. Filled barely. And there's Dudgeon. Made a triple earlier in the game. Not this time. And a foul about 85 feet away from the hoop. This one's going to be assessed to Miller.
Not one basket in 4 minutes, Brian.
They play a little bit of defense in the KMAC, and something about the dog pound. It seems like we have a lot of low-scoring games here in this gym. Such a unique environment with bleachers just on one side.
Yes.
It's one of the few gyms that I'm aware of that's got this setup. Might have some type of impact on
depth perception, perhaps. Oh.
Mishandled that time by Korosek.
Looked like they had that press broke really nice here and just didn't catch it.
Bentley knocks down a triple, and there is our first field goal of half number 2. Pushes him up to 17.
It looked like we might have somebody poked in the eye, perhaps, lost a contact. Something's going on here.
Definitely an eye problem here for Kyson Miller. He's going to check out. Take a second look at this last catch and release. Bentley, one of the best pure shooters that the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference has to offer.
17 on the night.
And Bentley creating havoc here defensively. Causes the turnover. And turning right at the forefront of the rim that time. I think it took Isaac Black by surprise right here. Didn't know how close he really was.
He turned around, he was wide open. That's when your eyes get real big.
Guess since I've come this far, may as well put it up. And he'll get the first free throw.
Largest lead of the night.
And it's the first points for Isaac. Provides some nice depth for Northmor coming off the bench. Some leadership as well in his senior campaign. And Dudgeon secures the defensive board. Just over 3
Need a little
minutes
help
here.
back here.
How about Poff? Coast to
just,
coast.
Just drive right through this whole thing by myself.
Giveaway here is Whitney able to get it in his clutches. Bump on the floor is going to go against Bentley. Yeah, catching him with the body. Field's been scoreless so far here in the game. He'll screen away here, try to set it up for Poth. As Merritt flashes, here he comes looking to go to work over a crowd.
Still no field goals for the Bulldogs this half.
Meanwhile, Wenger goes good off the square.
Game is starting to get away from East Knox.
Jack's got 10 now. And 10-second violation. Second time we've seen that call here with the Northmor defensive unit. .24 differential.
The officials having a little conversation with Coach Powell, and he's been teed up.
Ryan's going to go take a seat. Obviously not real pleased. I think more about what's going on here just in the game with they got off to a nice 2-0 start. It's been 8 straight points now for the Golden Knights. And one of the best free throw shooters in the league at the line. And if Bentley knocks this down, he'll have more points than East Knox by himself. They're dead even now. 18 for Grant, 18 for East Knox.
Yeah, a lot of times coaches will get technicals to motivate their kids, but I don't see a whole lot of excitement out of the players right here.
Dogs need to have a fire burning within. Back-to-back buckets now for Jack Swinger.
It's a really nice catch and release on that. Falling back to a straight man-to-man looks like, or yep.
Dogs looking to attack with Poff off the dribble. He's been able to get by some defenders on occasions tonight. Foul here against the Knights will be their 4th. As we'll get Jesse Wolford checking in here for EK. First minutes of the night for the senior.
On an 11-0 run right here. Had a run in the second quarter, now a run in the third.
Dogs in desperate need of some offense. And they'll at least get a couple of free throws. Last foul is going to send Logan Whitney to the free throw line. Be the second on Jax.
Can't make any field goals. I guess you better get to the free throw line and try it from there with no clock moving.
And East Knox, who's been so competitive here of late, having a tough time with the KMAC leaders so far in this contest.
Yeah, Northmor came definitely with a mission tonight and have executed flawlessly.
Full trip that time for Logan, but the deficit, it's grown to 25. So they're going to need to get a lot of stops here, will the Bulldogs, to try to get back into this game. As Dudgeon comes from the weak side and just swats this baby out of there.
He wants that to count as a block shot, I'm sure.
Pretty close. We'll give him a half a block on that one. Whoa,
oh, nice
what a rebound.
He snatched that out of thin air.
Price and Kearns, got to see this one again, folks. Yow. I think we got to even check that out one more time and slow it down. Basically like pinned it to his wrist. Check this out, guys.
Yeah, that's impressive. Trying to get on the ESPN top 10 tonight.
Trying to get on the scoreboard here, but he comes up empty-handed from the free throw line. So the deficit remains 45-20 for the Dogs. Trying to close quarter number 3 with a little bit of some momentum. Merritt, mid-range. Still no field goals in the third for East Knox. And they may end with a goose egg here. If Northmor holds, they won't. Instead, it's Winger with the up and under and the scoop. There it is.
Oh. Good foul on Northmor. We going to the line. 2 free throws coming for East Knox.
Yeah, it was a heavy collision between Hunter Folk and the free throw shooter Logan Whitney. who did bury both of his attempts his last trip to the charity stripe. Both of Logan's points on that last free throw trip. Splash is the first.
I think you might be right, Brian, about having some extra duties for maybe some of the JV kids to get some varsity action tonight in the next quarter, at least for Northmor.
And if that is the case for the Golden Knights, if you're Coach Powell, probably want to let your varsity starters and contributors stay out there for a while. See if you can't build up a little bit of confidence before you start getting in some of your second unit guys.
Yeah, you can always take momentum into your next game, that's for sure.
Final 8 seconds here, quarter number 3. Northmor started real slow, no points in the first 3 minutes. They've got 13, and that's a good way to finish the frame there for the Bulldogs.
We are not getting shut out of field goal range, not for a whole quarter.
Merritt with the triple will send us into the fourth quarter.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
It is money time here in the Dog Pounds, but most of the chips right now sitting in front of Northmor as they're looking to cash in their 5th consecutive victory if they can knock off East Knox here tonight. I'm Brian Skowronski. Cray Falde is with me here for this one. And 47-25, we were just talking there at the commercial break, and East Knox felt like they had their chance slip through their fingers with Northmor very cold to start the third quarter, but they also could not find any offense.
Yeah, you only score 1 field goal the entire period. It doesn't really matter what you do the rest of it. It's going to be a long night.
It was Merritt who had the 3 right at the end of the third, and he'll get a chance to add 2 more to his growing point total of just 3 so far.
I don't think they have anybody in double figures yet. East Knox.
Korosek is the closest. He's got 8. And nobody averaging double-figure scoring for the Dogs this year. Been pretty sharp at the free throw line, though.
Yeah, that's their 8th one this half. Going straight man-to-man. Going away from the 2-3 zone that they've been in most of the night.
And Northmor going with their starting 5-unit air ball. Seen Hammond come up well short on a couple of 3-ball attempts tonight. But he's played some excellent defense. Whistled for the personal this time.
Well, the easiest way to ever come back in any sport technically is scoring points when there's clocks totally stopped. And if you're going to bury the free throws like East Knox has been, they might be able to cut into this just a little bit.
They trailed by as many as 26, I do believe.
Yep.
Got it down to 19, make it 18.
I don't know, maybe that technical was a good thing. It kind of seems to be working out. I like this change of defense.
Making it tough right now on the Knights. Oh, but what a slick feed in traffic. Hammond, the recipient. Excellent court vision that time by Jax Winger, who averages more than 4 assists per game. Best on the team.
Another foul. It's a 9th of the half on Northmor.
Take a second look at that last bucket. Drawn over the second defender. Textbook.
Well, sometimes when you play zone all night, it's easy to lose your man when you go to man-to-man, if you know what I'm saying. You're not used to following people around.
Off the jab fake. Has to pick up the bounce at the elbow.
Now that was impressive. He caught that ball high, and you just thought he was going to come down and dribble, maybe take one power move. And
wow.
He shot while he was up in the air. I like it.
Personal's going to go on Hunter Folk, his second, and more importantly, 14 fouls against Northmor here in the first, 82 seconds.
Yeah. Cash him in. You got to cash him in, though. Yeah, 10 fouls in the half.
Back down to 19 in East Knox. Starting to apply a little bit of pressure here. Trapping in the backcourt. Hammond nearly lost the handle. And they'll lob it over the top, so a giveaway here for Northmor.
Alley-oop action right there.
So the Golden Knights not out of it. Well, East Knox rather not really out of it just yet, but boy, they got to start scoring just about every possession.
Yeah.
Nice look, decent ball movement.
Well, you pass it into the block like that, you really need to turn and face the basket. He had a wide open 5-footer.
Korsek never even looked at the rim that time.
Looks like a 1-2-2 full court press by East Knox. That's ineffective, obviously.
Winger's just too fast. The acceleration and the putback following his own miss. $16 now for Jax. He and Bentley have combined for 30. East Knox still sitting on 30. And a loose ball foul.
Foul on Northmor on the rebound, it looks like. Go back to the line for East Knox.
And a chance here for Derek Falde to get on the scoreboard. Sitting on a goose egg. Only player out on the floor right now with no points other than A.J. Bauer for the Knights.
Well, here's a stat line don't usually ever see. Second half, 12 free throws and 1 three-pointer.
A lot of different ways to try to get back into a game. Offensive rebound, and it's poked away, though, from Hayden Merritt. So it leads to this. Bentley at the other end. Kaboom.
It's what you call a dagger three, perhaps.
It probably does put this one out of reach now for the Bulldogs.
They're dropping back into their 1-3-1 zone.
Merritt, though, with his second trifecta of the evening. Quick answer for East Knox. Bentley, though, same location, different result this time. And he and Jax both going after the same loose ball. One more look at that last possession. No hesitation that time, and Merritt with a good-looking stroke.
He knew he was shooting that before he caught the ball, didn't he?
And all 7 of his points have come since the closing second of quarter number 3. Another open triple try, and again, the rain starting to drop here inside of the dog pound, the latest from Miller.
They needed that kind of shooting in the first half. We might have had a really good ball game.
Too little too late, it feels right now here in Howard. Hammond in traffic, rolls that one off the front of the rim.
Love how hard they're playing, though, East Knox, regardless of score.
It's just this community, any sport, they never quit.
Yep.
But they do turn it over. Add another to the total right there as we're approaching the midway point of the fourth. Northmor in total control.
Oh.
Folk with a little hang time. 2 defenders, though, in the area made it tough. And Korosek had it swatted away from him.
Oh, I think he just needed to keep going on that one.
I hear you.
He had to, got to have the vision, see what's ahead of you. And it looks like wholesale substitutions for Northmor.
It'll be 5 new players out on the hardwood here for Coach Tackett's squad, as Blade congratulating his starting 5 on a job well done here tonight. Dudgeon checking in on the other side for East Knox.
They decided they're going to actually play defense on their end of the court.
Yeah, JV kid sometimes.
They're a little too excited to get some varsity action.
Need a little extra direction. Dudgeon never needs to be told where the rim's at. He's always firing. The latest missile, though, off target.
And then a foul on the rebound.
So it lands Korosek here at the free throw line. A chance to break into double figures. Be the lone dog in that category. Able to knock down the pair. Bulldogs look like they're going to call off the Dogs here on defense. And I think with these JV kids out there, why not?
Yeah.
Turn up the heat.
Yeah, get after it. Just cut that to 10, see what happens.
Caudill with the kick out. Now finds the hands here of Trevor Brubaker. Kearns out on the floor here, providing a little bit of senior leadership, but bad giveaway on that last possession. And we've seen a few catches there for Korosek and just not looking for his own shot.
Back to the basket while he's got the ball. Just no-no when you're down inside.
Miller off the attack. He's heading back to the free throw line.
Hey, kudos to Eastern Knox. I tell you what, 14 free throws made this half, and they just keep going and going and going after it. Have yet to make a two-pointer this half.
So there is a silver lining here tonight for East Knox. Definitely have not played as well as they needed to contend with the #1 team in the KMAC. But they're stepping up to the free throw line, and they are knocking these babies down here in the second half.
Like to see that aggressiveness on the offensive end in future games, 4 quarters.
Mishandled here, so a turnover again for the Golden Knights. For East Knox, maybe the goal becomes, let's just trim this baby down to single digits by the end of the night. That'll certainly help. The take inside and the high kiss for Korosek.
14-point lead.
And 13 points now for Breyer. More than doubling his season average of 6. Strong take, floater, too strong there for Brubaker. Second look inside.
Oh,
I believe that's
and
Brookston Beck.
one.
Count it. So a chance for a three-point play coming up. Isaac Black at the free throw line, 6'2", 140-pound senior. And he will get 3 the old-fashioned way. Final 2 minutes from the elbow. Clanked that one, did Korosek. Held to a one and done. The rebound by Beck. And with a lot of young players out here for Northmor, I don't mind just running through your offense and then looking for some good looks. Active hands for Miller, almost came up with the theft. And we'll get our first time out of the second half. It's going to be taken by Northmor as you see East Knox with a 16-14 cushion here in the frame. And haven't been in the comment section in forever because they haven't been calling timeouts. I see our buddy Aaron Brown, Josh Young out there. These two combine for more comments on YouTube than any two on any streams, maybe anywhere in the galaxy. So kudos to both of you guys. If you want to see what they're talking about, lots of comments going on between those two right now. And over on Facebook quickly, two fresh ones coming in the last minute. 32 is Isaac Kincaid. Thank you for the heads up there, Taylor. Dennis Ox says, nice shot, Winger. Dora agrees. Earlier, awesome shot, Jax. And Chris Dale just telling us he's watching. Thank you, Chris. Good to have you.
Appreciate the commentaries.
Northmor getting a bucket there. Wasn't looking, I believe, what was that, Kincaid?
Brubaker.
Brubaker, okay. Clean look. First shot of the night is missed here for Carver Stevens, who just checked into the contest. As we're down to the final 45 seconds, Northmor about to capture their 5th consecutive win.
Turnover.
But they'll turn it over first. Sharing is caring. See if he'll try another one. Not this time. As Wolford looking to direct a little bit of traffic with some of these youngsters on the floor like this sophomore. Nice take.
It's an excellent take.
Welcome to the competition, Mr. Stevens. And the Dogs going to fight to the final gun here, getting out and defending as the final seconds trickle away. And the Golden Knights will stay on top of the KMAC as they win it by 20 here tonight. 63-43, your final score. We'll take a quick time out. We will be back with our most valuable player interview, that presented by Knox Community Hospital. And we'll also give you our final stats and thoughts in our post-game show brought to you by Knox Public Health. All that coming up on the other side of a quick commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own. Highlighting our team in the Joe Show zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host. Sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Jules legacy lives on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show. And it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank,
You can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Join me, Travis Big League Berardi, every other Wednesday for my Country Roads rankings, the top 5 girls and boys small school basketball squads right here in the area.
Exclusively on The Joe Show.
We welcome you back to Howard for our Knox Public Health post-game show. Brian Skowronski with Cray Falde here tonight. And pretty impressive performance, I must say, by the Golden Knights in this one as they win it by 20. They got pushed a couple of times here tonight, but they were always a step ahead, and the Bulldogs, they weren't able to find enough answers to erase the deficit they put themselves in the third.
Yeah, I think one of their goals coming in was to, like you said at the beginning, make a run, get a nice lead. East Knox just does not have the offensive power to make large comebacks, I believe. And I think once Northmor got up by 15 to 20, they just kind of like kept the foot on the pedal. And although they had a chance, East Knox did in the third quarter, maybe make something happen, held Northmor scoreless for almost 3 minutes.
Right.
And they just couldn't put the ball in the basket the entire time. And once again, they made one 2-point field goal. Their first one, I believe, was with like 3 or 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, if you can believe that.
Take a look at the final stats of the evening, brought to you by Knox Public Health. And look at all those points basically in the paint. Not a lot of long shots for Northmor for those 2-pointers. They collect 21 of them. And on the flip side, only 11 made field goals for East Knox.
Right. And that, once again, East Knox just couldn't find the bottom of the net today. And but for fair balance, they got themselves to the line the entire, especially the second half. They made 15 free throws. So
17.
Correct.
15 in the second half.
15
you're right.
second half. And so you got to give them kudos. So if you're not going to find it from the outside, get yourself to the line. Clock stop. Give you a chance to get some points. Just wasn't enough.
So the Bulldogs dip now to 2-13, 2-6 in the league, while Northmor maintains their cushion at 8-1 right now on top of the KMAC standings. Fredericktown's got 2 losses. So does Cardington Lincoln, their next opponent, and the only team to beat them so far in the league. So that's a big one, of course, coming up here for Northmor as they look to capture their first KMAC championship.
Yeah, that would be very exciting. With Northmor, at the end of the day, when you're in a position like this, you control your own destiny. You win out, you win the league. You also probably get yourself a really high seed in the tournament. So I think the coach has them focused on a day-to-day basis, game-to-game basis, and that's the only way you should play moving forward.
Take a look at the updated conference standings here in just one moment. You see the Golden Knights on top, and the Bulldogs right there kind of in the middle of the pack. The top 4 very strong. Fredericktown, they're starting to come along here in the second half of the season. They've got a big game tonight against Colonel Crawford that we'll have a highlight for later on. But Northmor, seems like they've kind of separated themselves and showcased that even though they're D4, one of the smallest teams in the KMAC, they probably have the best collection of talent.
Yeah, they've got they're really deep, which I really like, and it looks like they're building a really good program because we're looking just at the roster here. They've got a varsity, a JV, and a full freshman squad with depth as well. So it's a very impressive program that's being run right now.
As we await Jack Swanger to come up for his post-game interview, we will take one more quick commercial timeout, and then we will be back here at the Dog Pound to close things out from Howard.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own highlighting our team in the Joe Show zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host, sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Feels like I see Liz on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show, and it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game. At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Join me, Travis Big League Berardi, every other Wednesday for my Country Roads rankings, the top 5 girls and boys small school basketball squads right here in the area.
Exclusively on the Joe Show.
We return now with our most valuable player presented by Knox Community Hospital, Jack Swinger. Northmor Jr. hanging out with me right now up here in the Crow's Nest, and you guys spent quite a bit of time actually in the locker room despite a 20-point win. Tell me what was the message and what were some of the conversations going on just now?
Yeah, he was talking just about the focus in the coming out of the second half was not where it needed to be. Obviously, we let them hang around at that 20-point mark of most of the third quarter. You know, we got a big game coming up Wednesday, Cardington. We were talking about preparation for that, what next week's going to look like. So a lot of things to talk about after a win and leading up to the big game that we have next week.
You're really kind of like a utility knife out there on the floor. You do a little variety pack of things for this team, but I thought you were especially valuable tonight defensively and then turning in a couple of your stills into some transition buckets. So describe what you feel like your role is on this team and how you try to provide the most value for the squad night in, night out.
Yeah, I just kind of play it by night. I mean, some games I'm going to need to do different things. You know, we might need more scorers, more facilitators. Obviously, tonight we kept the pressure up really well on the defensive end. So tonight we were all over the floor getting active, and we just had great effort tonight.
You guys have been so close to the KMAC championship, haven't been able to get one just yet. You're sitting alone at the top. You got the big one coming up against the only team to beat you so far within the league. So how does it feel at this point in the season to so far be in the pole position, knowing that there's a little bit of work to do, but obviously you kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, Coach Sackett talks all the time, you know, the past few weeks about how we're at the top alone, so we're going to have a target on our back the rest of the season. I mean, we're going to get everyone's best game. East Knox obviously hung around with us there for a little bit before we were able to pull away, but just having that target on our back is, you know, we like the pressure of being up top, and, you know, we can't wait to see where it goes.
And this team, I got to see you twice here in about the last week. It feels like you play with a lot of joy. When you guys are having your best runs, obviously there's a lot of smiles and some handshakes and some love going on. Describe the camaraderie that you guys have. You know, the starting five and then a couple of guys that come in off of the bench, and just how much you guys not just love playing with one another, but just hanging out.
Yeah, this year has been great team chemistry. I mean, we probably hang out 3 times through the week, you know, just going to each other's houses, watching basketball, football, whatever it is. But, I mean, we played together a lot last year. The only one we lost was Max. So we played well last year together. The team chemistry is great. And this year we really, you know, made the family bond of what the team should be like.
Well, I'm guessing you guys are going to be watching championship football tomorrow. Who are your 2 picks in the title games? Tough ones.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably go Lions, Ravens.
It's tough to have Ravens come out of your mouth,
yeah,
I bet. But
it
is what it is.
Tough.
Lions kind of becoming America's team right
yeah,
now. I think
definitely.
A rooting interest all around.
Want to see them succeed for sure.
No question. All right, Jack Swinger, our MVP, 18 big points for you. Look right into that camera. Shout out anybody that you'd like.
I'll give a shout out to my sister Lexi, and shout out to Drew Hammond. He's waving to me down there.
All right, that is our Knox Community Hospital MVP, and that is going to wrap things up here inside of the Dog Pound. Really appreciate the time here tonight, Jax.
Yes, thank you very much.
Our pleasure being here tonight, and we could not have done it without the help of all of our generous sponsors combining to help bring you guys live and free coverage in this one, including Killbuck Savings Bank, Knox Community Hospital, Knox Public Health, Avita Home Health and Hospice, and Home and Kitchen Supply. For my awesome camera lady, Jory Hollenbeck and Cray Falde, I am Brian Skowronski saying sayonara tonight from Howard. We will see you on a live stream near you coming up here real soon. But for now, for tonight, we're out of here.